Do you dream of living off of passive dividend income? Well, how about living off of growing passive dividend income? Want to know about 3 stocks that are now paying out even bigger dividends than they were before? Then you have to check out today's video.
He is a best-selling author.
30-year-old Jason Fieber has a plan.
This guy retired at only 33 years old.
I don't know if I know too many people that have accomplished something like that.
He's really kind of a guru when it comes to passive income.
Before we get into today's content, please give us a big thumbs up if you find value in our videos. Helps us to get the word out and grow the channel, and I'd really appreciate it. I've been investing in high quality dividend growth stocks for more than a decade. And what's it done for me? How about allowing me to go from in debt at 27 years old to financially free at 33? In just 6 years, I went from a hole in the ground to the mountaintop. And I did that without a college degree or a high paying job after growing up on welfare. I can't overstate how amazing the dividend growth investing strategy is. A major reason for this is right in the name. Dividend growth. That's right. See, I'm not talking about just dividends here. I'm talking about growing dividends. Passive income is fantastic, but it's not so fantastic if it isn't growing. If it's not growing, it's gonna get eaten alive by inflation over time. Well, dividend growth investing takes care of this problem. It has inflation protection built right in through dividend growth. That's the dividend increases high quality businesses are announcing reliably year after year. These dividend increases are like pay raises to shareholders. Today, I want to tell you about 3 high quality dividend growth stocks that just announced dividend increases. Ready? Let's dig in. The first dividend increase you should know about came from Procter Gamble Co., stock ticker PG. Procter Gamble just gave their shareholders a 10% pay raise with their recent dividend increase. Think about how hard you have to work at your job in order to get a 10% pay raise from your boss. You have to work pretty hard, right? Well, Procter & Gamble shareholders did nothing. They only held the stock and they got a 10% income boost. That's a sweet, sweet deal. This marks the 65th consecutive year of dividend increases for the consumer products company. 65 straight years of higher dividends for shareholders. Think about that. That time frame spans wars, recessions, and even a global pandemic. It's the stock that takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Procter & Gamble is a classic dividend growth stock, offering a great combination of quality, growth, and yield on the back of a business selling necessary everyday products like toothpaste and soap. They've built one of the biggest and best consumer products businesses on the planet with 22 different billion-dollar brands, including the likes of Charmin and Gillette. With a 10-year dividend growth rate of 5.2% on top of the stock's yield of 2.6%, it's a solid combination of yield and growth for a very low-risk stock that has great revenue visibility. The stock isn't cheap with a price-to-earnings ratio of 25.8, but it's a great stock to hold for a generation once you get your hands on it. The second stock I want to tell you about is Costco Wholesale Corporation, stock ticker COST. Costco just announced a 12.9% dividend increase. That kind of dividend growth is what makes Costco shareholders very happy. After all, it's not a big income producer. The stock only yields 0.9%. This is a long-term compounder that'll just exponentially grow your wealth and passive income. The stock is compounded at an annual rate of 20% over the last 20 years, which is incredible. Costco has a great 1-2 punch by offering low-price retail products in a warehouse setting underpinned by their valuable membership service. Locking customers into their low-cost ecosystem has been a very smart move, helping to propel Costco to ever higher heights over the years. The company's consistent double-digit 10-year dividend growth rate of 13.2% shows just how successful the business model is. This is the 18th consecutive year of dividend increases for the warehouse retailer. As long as that track record is, and as mature as the business might seem, they're really just getting started in many ways. With a price-to-earnings ratio coming up on 40, it's not a cheap stock by any means, but if you get the opportunity to snag a small discount on this discount retailer, take it. The third dividend increase I want to bring to your attention came courtesy of Southern Co., stock ticker SO. Southern just gave their shareholders a nice 3.1% dividend increase. Southern is now nothing if not consistent. That's right in line with their 10-year dividend growth rate of 3.5%. And with the stock yielding almost 4%, that's a pretty solid growth rate. This is the 21st consecutive year in which the utility company has increased its dividend. Their dividend growth consistency is predicated on the business model consistency. This is a utility business, and modern day society cannot live without electricity. The profit and dividend is practically guaranteed. If you want to make sure your passive dividend income is as reliable as your bills are, a high quality utility dividend growth stock should be in your portfolio. Like the rest of these stocks and the market as a whole, the stock doesn't look cheap. The price to earnings ratio of 22 is elevated, but it's also not totally unreasonable. If there's any kind of pullback in the stock, it's very much worth considering as a long-term investment. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Give us a like if you did, and let us know in the comments what you think about these 3 dividend increases. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss out on new content. Also, take a look at the description box below for some important links, including a link to my personal stock portfolio. This 6-figure portfolio, which I call the Fire Fund, generates enough passive dividend income for me to live off of. It allowed me to retire in my early 30s. I made my portfolio entirely accessible over a Patreon, and I also post alerts there whenever I buy or sell a stock. I put my money where my mouth is, and I'm often invested in the same high quality dividend growth stocks that I make videos on. Over the years, I've heard from thousands of investors who have been profiting from many of the same exact stocks that I own. So if you think this is something that you could benefit from as well, check the link in the description to see my portfolio and start getting my buy and sell alerts. I'll see you next time.